Hey lovelies, happy Thursday. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. So as you can see by the title, this will be an Ask Queen Lovely Astrology edition. If you would like to participate, my email is pinned in the comments as well as the description box. This is a video series. I don't know how often I will be putting these videos out. So if you have a timely question that you want answered in a more, consistent fashion, you can definitely go on my site and book. I had a sale going on for Juneteenth, which many of you took advantage of. Thank you so much for supporting my business. However, I still do have certain sale prices. So, for example, my spiritual life coaching packages are still marked down. You have 3 months at $333. That is now $200. And then you have 1 month at $111. That's now $77. And each month you get one 30-minute tarot reading, you get one 30-minute spiritual advising session, you get a mini transit report astrologically for the month, as well as a weekly intuitive message at the top of each week. And basically, the point of this package is like I'm your spiritual, holistic accountability buddy. We set goals, or we could start with one goal. We collaborate to come up with a treatment plan. And then, you check in with me as needed so that we can, gauge your progress. Okay. It only works if you're ready to do the work. And for the written reports, I still have the life purpose reading marked down. This one seems to be very popular, and I'm happy to give people clarity. So I put the rest of my stuff back to their original prices, but I left this. You cannot beat this. You get a written interpretation of your Saturn, your Chiron, your Midhaven, and your North and South node for under $40. This is usually at $55. So make sure y'all take advantage, because I am going to be putting the price back to normal very soon. But like I said, people are still booking. It's very popular, and I really like providing clarity for people. So I kept that down there. I know with inflation and bills, everyone is doing the best that they can. So I'm trying to work with y'all. And for a more affordable written consultation, you can ask 5 questions by way of email for $45.55. So if that is something that you're interested in, once again, my booking site is pinned in the comments as well as the description box. And let's get into Aisha Cook. I hope I said your name right, sweetheart. She is she is a community member. She's an OG lovely. She said that it did not have to be kept anonymous. So shout out to you. And her question was, Queen Lovely, what is something that I'm supposed to overcome in this lifetime and or focus on? And I felt like that was an amazing question. So the first thing that stuck out to me, and I'm going to show y'all, is that she has quite a few placements in Gemini. She has her North Node, right? We know the North Node is basically what our soul agrees to strive towards. Whatever sign is on the North Node, wherever that North Node is placed, and depending on the degree and how it's aspected, our soul has agreed to navigate to the best of our ability using the knowledge that we accumulate. We've agreed to navigate towards that energy and learn how to use the South Node energy, which is usually our comfort zone, as a way to help us bring about that North Node energy. So remember, when it comes to the North Node and the South Node, it's not about 100% doing away with your South Node. It's about learning how to use the opposite polarity that's on the North Node to better channel that South Node energy in a higher octave that's not a detriment to yourself. So it's not like oh, I got Sagittarius on the South Node, I should never leave the country and I should never deal with foreign cultures and do long distance traveling and pursue higher education and all that Sagittarius energy. No, it's not like that. It's more like, instead of just traveling to get stamps in your passport, do the Gemini thing, really research a place, pick your places out prior to going, and go there with an intellectual purpose. Go there with an intention, you understand, to learn something, to gain something, or to give something. Okay. So that's, just the generalization to make that point. So she has her North Node at the 4th degree of Gemini. She has her ascendant at the 1st degree of Gemini, and then she has her Saturn at the 22nd degree of Gemini. So this off rip already tells me that, especially with her having Gemini in the first house, and the first house is our personality, it's our physical appearance, it's the first impression, how people perceive us when they first meet us. So because it represents all of that, you always want to look to that ruling planet of the sign that's occupying this first house, right? And that ruling planet in this case would be Mercury. So that means Mercury is your chart ruler, Aisha, and for anybody else who has Gemini in the first house. So once again, with Mercury being your chart ruler, your life is all about zooming out, or no, excuse me, zooming in and looking at the details. You understand? Sagittarius is big picture, Gemini is small picture. Sagittarius is, I read one chapter here, one chapter here, and now I'm an expert. Gemini is, I'm going to research, okay? I'm going to try to dot my I's and cross my T's. Unless you're a Gemini moon, it may be a little hard because you're trying to learn how to like hone in on one of your interests instead of being scattered brain everywhere else, depending on what else you have going on in your chart. So her North Node in Ascendant is conjunct, okay? That means that in this lifetime, she has a big duty to her self-development. Her self-development and her confidence in herself, especially when it comes to her speech and her thoughts, okay? Having the South Node in the 7th house means that you come from previous lifetimes where your soul could have been in a situation where you're never really able to break out and have your moment where you stand out, because you're constantly, whether it's intentionally or unintentionally, being eclipsed, right? Because Sagittarius is Jupiter energy, so it's big. It could be boisterous, it could be obnoxious in its lowest octave, okay? So having Sagittarius South Node in the 7th house, and then you have your Mars there as well, this can speak to it being a situation where maybe when you've tried to gather higher, knowledge, or get a higher education, or expand, your learning when it comes to certain topics, you could have been met with a lot of pushback, especially with that Mars being there. And it could have unintentionally planted seeds within you, because you have that Mars at the 22nd degree that breaks down to a 4, and then you have your North Node at the 4th degree, and then you have your Saturn at the 22nd degree of Gemini that also breaks down to a 4. So there's a lot of 4 energy here. So that's Cancerian energy, because Cancer governs the 4th house. And then it's Uranus energy, because Uranus is the 4th planet. So with that Uranus energy, that can deal with, especially looking at her Mercury, her natal Mercury in Aquarius, and then it being at that 3rd degree, which is Jupiter energy, but it's also Gemini energy. You could have a speech impediment. It also can be a situation where maybe people perceive you to have somewhat of like a learning disability or a delay. But Mercury in Aquarius, similar to like when you have like Aquarius in the 3rd house, or you have like a Mercury conjunct Uranus, you have a very creative, unique, and unconventional way of intellectualizing things. And you already know how it goes. The weird ones, the people that are outcasted, the people that don't get to sit at the popular table in school, those are always the individuals that grow up to be the icons, the legends, the trailblazers, the ones that step outside of the box. And that's very much so Aquarius energy, right? It's unconventional. So you having your natal Mercury in Aquarius, I feel like in this lifetime you're meant to really confront and make sense of experiences that you had in your childhood and early development that could have shaped your opinion of how you think and how you speak. And you're meant to find that confidence because you know what's funny? People always say that Aquarius is the standalone sign. And once again, that has to deal with the Uranus energy of it being unconventional and being the rebel. But Aquarius is also co-ruled by Saturn. So there's always still a part of an Aquarius, especially if they have a lot of Capricorn energy on top of them being an Aquarius sun. There's always a part of them that still wants to be accepted because Aquarius deals with humanity, it deals with the collective, it deals with friends, it deals with your groups, and it deals with your networks. So, yeah, within the network, within the group, within the friendship circle, you may be the rebel and you may be the person that does what you want. But do you really know how to stand in that and stand alone when you don't have the support of your community? Gemini, on the other hand, and this may be an unpopular astrological hot take, if you pay attention, 50 Cent is a Gemini moon. Kanye is a Gemini sun. Lauryn Hill is a Gemini. Azealia Banks. Those are the true people that I said what the fuck I said, Mercury, and they stand 10 toes down on it. So with you being a Gemini Northnode and it being in your first house, Aisha, you are supposed to learn how to first discipline your mind and find the beauty in your mind and your unconventional way of conveying your unconventional thoughts, and then be confident and courageous enough. And that's where that Sagittarius energy comes in, because Sagittarius deals with an inner knowing. It's Jupiter, right? So it deals with wisdom, philosophy. You already have that within you, but it's coming from the spiritual realm. So in your earlier years, you may have felt weird. You may have felt like, well, damn, if nobody understands me, if nobody feels me, do I really know what I'm talking about? You've always known what you were talking about. You just have to keep reminding yourself until it's just like, I don't give a fuck if y'all don't agree or if y'all don't hear what I'm saying. I know this works for me, and that's where I'm going with it. So that is something you're supposed to overcome in this lifetime. You're supposed to overcome that fear of having to stand alone due to the way that you think and due to the conversations that you may initiate and platform. And to have a North Node in the first house, you're meant to be seen. You're meant to be heard, especially with it being in Gemini. You're meant to be seen and you're meant to be heard. And even with that Uranus energy, which co-rules Aquarius and it deals with the collective, you're meant to be heard by the collective. So yeah, in your earlier years, you may have been shut down. You may have felt like an outcast. You may have been deemed the weirdo or whatever the case may be. But honey, the weirdos are the real cool girls. Okay. Okay. Let me get an okay in the comments. So yes, that completes this video. I hope all of you enjoyed it. I always suggest that y'all pull y'all charts up when I do this, because not only do I want to help the specific person that I'm talking about, but a lot of us share similar placements, you understand? So this is also a great way for you to learn your chart, but be mindful there may be other things going on in your chart that make, certain placements and certain, aspects behave differently. And once again, with that Mercury conjunct midhaven, that means that you're going to be known for what comes out of your mouth. You're going to be known in platform for how you think. So don't shortchange yourself, baby girl. Fuck them folks, okay? Mercury opposite Jupiter, this can deal with there being a tug of war between how you choose, because you have that Gemini, which is Mercury, and then you have that Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. So you have to learn how to see the bigger picture, but when you're conveying that bigger picture, you're bringing attention to the details. Gemini, details, bigger picture. Sagittarius, Gemini, North Node, which your soul is agreeing to cultivate and strive towards. Sagittarius South Node, which your soul is already comfortable in, but you can use that energy to give you the courage to get to that North Node. Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. Once again, if y'all want to book y'all sessions, information is pinned in the comments. Okay. And y'all have a great day. Love y'all. Bye.